That really hit me right here. Ready.
Welcome back, everyone. Hope you're having an awesome day. And today we're going to hit the books and see what Sycamore Xerneas can do for you. We're going to go through his kit. We're going to go through how to unlock him and max him out, which is actually very easy. And also we're going to go through some grids of his to see if he has that certain je ne sais quoi. Timestamps down below if you want to skip to anywhere in particular. But without further ado, let's get into it. So how do we unlock him? Well, it's quite simple. He's a legendary unit, so we go into our main story part here. We come all the way down to Legendary Adventures, and we do the Sycamore Xerneas Give and Take mission. Once you do all those, you're going to unlock him. You're going to get all the tickets to get him 20 out of 20. You're going to get the Champion Spirit to get him 6-star EX, and you'll have a 5 out of 5 as well. You'll be completely maxed out if you do this event. It's free, it's unlocked right at the start, so make sure you're doing it. And for his themes, he does get a lot of extra health when he's with anyone with similar themes to him. So he's Fairy, Kalos, Knowledgeable, and Researcher. And he's also got the Old Colleagues tag, which is shared between specifically Sycamore Xerneas and Lysandra and Evatol. So if you have those two, you get a little bit extra health, which should keep him alive. And for his kit, you probably think he's more of a Fairy type support. He actually works really well as a Grass type tank as well, so kind of the best of both worlds, depending on how you want to use him and how you build him. You can use him in either way, but first off, we'll just go through his kit itself so we know what we're working with. So first, we've got Dazzling Gleam, a move that's going to hit everyone on the team with no additional effect. It's a good spam move out. It's only 2 bar. Just use it. Spam out some extra damage if you need it. If they're weak to Fairy, can come in handy. Next is Moonblast, a 3-gauge move that does a little bit of extra damage there, and also has a 30% chance of lowering the special attack of the target by 1 stat rank. Good for just kind of mitigating the damage that comes out your way. He can also increase his special defense and everyone on the team. You'll see why in a second. So lowering the special attack will pretty much mean that you take no damage from the enemy, which will be nice. The World is Vast, which is his only trainer move. It'll apply Move Gauge Acceleration to your field of play, so you get Move Gauge Acceleration, which is nice. Removes all status conditions, so if you're poisoned, burned, anything like that, just removes that from them. It doesn't block it, it just removes it from you, so you have to have it beforehand. And also will apply the gradual healing effect to all allied sync pairs to make sure everyone stays nice, tip-top, and healthy, and they don't get knocked out in one shot. And lastly is Horn Leech. It's basically a physical version of Giga Drain. When you hit them, you are going to drain some extra health from them, which will be really nice to keep you in the fight. That's why I say it's really good as a Grass-type tank, because you kind of hit them. If they're weak to Grass, again, the more damage you do, the more you're going to be healing as well, which will be nice. And for his sync move, Gentlemanly Geomancy, it's big word salad here. It will charge your move gauge by 2 for every allied sync pair on the field. So if you have all 3 of your units, you're going to get +6 move gauge to open up so that you can just spam out some big moves to get some big damage out. In co-op, it will be 2 for each player. So 2 for you, 2 for both of your allies. Not that co-op's really a big thing, but it's nice to know that that's kind of in there as well. On top of that, the higher the user's move level, so he's 5 out of 5. If he's 1 out of 5, it's a bit lower, 2 out of 5, so and so. You max him out anyway, so it's not really a big problem. Raise the special attack, special defense, and speed of all allied sync pairs by a maximum of 6 ranks. So if you don't have any plus to special attack, speed, or special defense, it will max it out for you when you use your sync move. And on top of that, because he's a support unit, whenever you use your sync move, you can get that double sync buff as well to give you some extra damage. So really good to really start getting that momentum rolling. Get the speed so you can spam moves out, special attack for all your special attack damage. And if they're hitting you with special moves, you max out your special defense as well. Very good unit here, obviously. And for his passive skills, he actually has 2, which is nice. First one is going to be Team Shout, which will have a 50% chance of raising the attack, special attack, or both of all allied sync pairs when you're hit by an attack. For the most part, I use him as like my main tank, so he'll be the one taking all the damage. So upping the attack or special attack of everyone should be nice. Special attack's not really too important because he's got his sync move, but getting that extra attack will also increase the damage of Horn Leech if you use Horn Leech in this build. And also Fairy Power 5. It's going to power up the user's Fairy type moves by 50%, so you're going to get a little bit of extra damage out as well, especially if you're using him as like your off striker with Moonblast. You get a little bit of extra damage out as well, which is nice. And for his lucky skill, Vigilance, let's just call it a day there. He's a support unit. I use him as my main tank for the most part, so putting on Vigilance and just not getting hit by anything is going to be really helpful. And for his sync grid, it kind of depends on how you want to use it. I've got one set up for each of his moves, so whenever I need it, I can just swap to that immediately. But again, let me know down below if you have any ideas, and also timestamps if you want to skip to any particular build. But first off is going to be the one that I highly recommend you use, which is going to be the Leech support build, just focusing on Horn Leech and also also supporting our allies. So first off, obviously, Horn Leech move gauge refresh. Getting that move gauge back is going to be nice. Yeah, you can max out your speed, but having that immediate move gauge back sometimes can be the difference between getting move out before the enemy and not. And also it leads into our Master Healers down here. There's 2 of them, Master Healer 1, so Master Healer 2 in total. Just a little bit of extra health regen whenever we use Horn Leech. Remember, the more damage we do, the more we heal. The more we heal, the more we heal. Did that make sense? I think that made sense, right? And then just a couple of sync move bonuses. We've got the health regen or health recovery when you use your sync move here. Because this is a support unit, is usually the first one I want to use. So if we do that, we get some extra healing back as well, considering I usually use him as my main tank as well. If you don't use him as that, you could probably pick something else. A free Venge would be nice, actually. If you don't want the sync move bonus, take free Venge, so that way you're getting that move gauge back. It's just a constant return. You'll never be running out of bars. And also up the top here, Adrenaline. Just reduces the sync move countdown by 1. As I said, because this is the first one we're going to be using, we use that first sync move, we get all the bonuses as that, and then we also get a cooldown on our sync move to start spamming out some big high damaging moves. Can come in very handy here. Next up is going to be his Moonblast build, just focusing on utilizing Moonblast and possibly lowering the target special attack if you want to utilize that tech aspect of his kit. So first off, we've got Team Sharp Entry 1, which is going to give everyone +1 crit rate onto everyone once you start the battle, which is just a base 50% chance for everyone to start hitting crits, which is really nice. A 1 and 2, I'm not going to say no, you know. Next up is Adrenaline. He is still a support unit, so getting that sync move cooldown I think is very important to make sure you can get as much damage out as possible. Moonblast, move gauge refresh for obvious reasons. It's a 3 gauge move, so even with max speed, you really do need that move gauge to be coming back to make sure you can get some big damage out. And lastly, we've got Honor Roll, just to lower the target special attack a little bit if you need to mitigate any damage coming your way. Remember, when you use the sync move, you're going to max out your special defense as well. So lowering the target special attack, you'll be taking like little to no damage. And lastly is going to be the old Razzle Dazzle build, focusing on using Dazzling Gleam and a little bit of extra support in there just to throw in to kind of help. So first off, again, because we want him to kind of be like an off striker, Team Sharp Entry, increasing the crit rate of everyone. Again, 1 and 2 chance to crit. I'm going to take it, especially if it's just free. Just throw it in, 5 energy, call it a day. Next up is Dazzling Gleam, move gauge refresh for obvious reasons. If we're using Dazzling Gleam, yes, we can max out our speed, but having that move gauge back is just really good to make sure we can keep those big moves coming out, especially from our main striker. Adrenaline 1, I've said this in all the other builds, reducing the sync move countdown by 1. Here's a support unit, you're going to get that double bonus anyway. Throw it out, get some big damage numbers out, and also reduce the sync move countdown. I don't know why you wouldn't be picking this on this unit. This is a support unit, very handy. Healing Hand 2 has a 30% chance of removing all status conditions from all allied sync pairs when the user's Pokemon uses a move. So you're spamming out Dazzling Gleam, you have a chance to remove a poison or a burn from your allied sync pairs, which is nice. Sometimes that's what really kind of does a lot of damage to you. It's not really the actual moves themselves. It's when they get poisoned, when they get burned. Just remove that, doesn't become a problem, and then they're all nice and healthy. And lastly, Impervious. I thought I'd just throw this in because we can afford it. Not having any stats reduced as well means we can max out our special attack, max out our speed, max out our special defense, and it can't be lowered. Granted, it's only on Xerneas, but depending on how you're kind of using him, that's kind of all you need, you know? Moving on to the Honourable Mentions, which are basically just nodes that I didn't pick. First off is Force Field 1, 20% chance of raising the special defense of all allied sync pairs. The problem with that is that you're going to be maxing out your special defense anyway, assuming you're not getting any lowered special defense. You're going to be maxing it out anyway with your sync move. There's no real point picking this up. I used to pick it up all the time, and then one day I just went, well, I maxed it out. What's the point, you know? So that's why I don't even like picking this one, especially for 10 energy. Team Beef Up 4 can come in pretty handy if you put him in a team with physical attacking strikers. The only problem is I don't really like putting him there. Because of his sync move, I prefer to put him with a lot of special attackers, so I don't really pick this up. You have like main character Torchic as well. You can just throw that in with X tackle and gives the crit to everyone as well, as opposed to throwing in your Sycamore Xerneas. But if you want to, you can use it. For the most part, it would only help with Horn Leech, but he's a support unit. I don't really want him there doing damage, you know? Free Venge 4 is definitely a node I would like to pick up, but I just don't have the energy for it. If I could, I'd just put the energy in, get him to 60 energy, and then grab Free Venge 4. That free move next is going to be really handy to make sure we can keep the moves coming out. If you don't want that sync move recovery on himself, and you just want to focus on Horn Leech healing you, then you could pick up Free Venge as well. The main problem is that he can up everyone's speed, so I really don't feel like it's super necessary to have that free move next from this. But if you can get it, I absolutely would. Revenge Boost 4 is kind of the same as Free Venge. I wouldn't pick it up though. The only problem is that it's double the amount of energy, but for a third of the cost. Think of it this way. If I'm using Horn Leech and I get a free move next, that's essentially like saying I have 3 move gauges for free. Whereas if I use Revenge Boost here, That's only 1. Even if I use Dazzling Gleam, that's still only, like, that's half the effectiveness for twice as much energy. I'd just pick up Free Venge and just won't even look at this one. And Quick Cure is kind of like Free Venge in the same way. I would pick it up if I could. It's only 3 energy, but you can only use it once per battle. That's the only kind of annoying thing I don't like about it. But not being able to be confused, trapped, or flinched whenever they hit you, you get hit with a confuse or a trap, you just cleanse it off yourself, keep healing yourself. You don't have to worry about being trapped. That can come in handy. But for the most part, I wouldn't pick it up unless I had the extra energy, you know? And that's it for our Sycamore and Xerneas Sync Grid guide. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Let me know down below if I gave you some Sync Grid ideas, and also let me know if you have any ideas for me. I'd like to hear them. As you see, very good support unit, able to up everyone's special attack, special defense, and speed. Keeps everyone in the fight, keeps all the moves pumping out, and also buffs all your special attackers. And worst case, if you use him like I do, usually in Champion Stadium, I throw him in with a grass team, spam out Horn Leech. He tanks for me very well, ups everyone's special attack. Yeah, it probably doesn't do a lot of damage, but keeping that healing back does come in very handy. But until then, have an awesome one all, and I will see you in the next video. Catch you around.